Hey, hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Anurag. Good morning, Gunashekhar, Venkat. I'm audible, team.
Yes, you're on.
Good morning, everyone.
Guna, just make sure that your internet connectivity is good because we will start with your demo and then we will walk through.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
my
Let me,
internet connection is stable.
yeah. Let me introduce the process.
Okay,
Let me introduce first Anurag. Anurag is the UI UX lead for Hushh.ai. He have a lot experience in UX and UI. So basically, the first round is handled by Anurag, and then if we are good to go to the next round, then that will be the technical round. The technical round will be done by the DRIs assigned. So you don't have to worry. You will get all these stuff on your mail.
hello.
Just yeah,
I want to say something that I belong to the PKM category. I developed the product
yeah, cool,
related
yeah, cool. It's
to PKM category.
the first interview is not basically categorized in the categories.
Okay, sure.
The second interview that is of technical. So basically, Vashundra will take your PKM
Okay,
interview.
sure.
So if you can share your screen and show us the demo, and then we
Yeah,
can start.
yeah. I think my screen is visible, right?
Yeah,
So I have, first of all, good morning to the team. Good morning to the panel. My name is Gunashekhar. Presently, I'm pursuing Masters in Data Science from VIT and I'm from Andhra Pradesh. So from the problem statements, I have chosen the PKM as a category of which stands for Personalized Knowledge Model. In order to understand the Personalized Knowledge Model, there should be some background that how Personalized Knowledge Model is evolved, what are the steps, etc. So personalized knowledge model is something related to the Microsoft Recall initiative, but in a secured way. As we all know that in the presentation day of Microsoft Recall, so many people ask what about the data privacy because it captures the user screens continuously and it decodes the user screen by using the LLM, and LLM will give the answer based on the images which we have taken. But there is a privacy breach, right? Maybe user will open any type of content, whether it is good content or bad content, but if we are using LLM means definitely our data is breached. We don't know that our data is secured, right? So personalized knowledge model is help us to solve this by using advanced knowledge graph in the on device only. So the knowledge graph on the my device is different from your device because I have my own searching pattern, etc. So in order to solve this issue, one possible solution is personalized knowledge model. And also when we and another problem occurred in the personalized model is as I'm saying that continuously advanced knowledge graph. For building advanced knowledge graph also we need to use LLM. Why? Because the basic root of advanced knowledge graph is entities and complex relationships in the data. Maybe the data is in a structure format, unstructured format. So that is one of the main problem of advanced knowledge graph. So we need to think in a way that how we can create an advanced knowledge graph on the on device without using LLM. So this is one of the main tasks. So presently I'm not going that much deep into the advanced knowledge graph. First I'm starting with a RAG application. A RAG means generally everybody know that RAG will only retrieve a relevant text from the question which we have from the document, right? But as we all know that LLM has the capability of hallucination. Who can believe that the answer is correct or not from our own database or corpus, right? So instead of returning only the relevant text, is there any way to present relevant image or any image source of the text? Maybe if the LLM hallucinates the answer, but it doesn't have the capability to hallucinate the image, right? So that's why I choose the multi-modal RAG. For the demo purpose, I'm using a static PDF in the YouTube PDF. anybody can ask that why you only take the static, because building a normal vector database is different from building a multi-modal vector database. There is a lot of steps of extraction is there before building a multi-modal database. So I am also thinking how we can formulate this problem into dynamic multi-modal vector database. Then after that, how we can remove the vector database and add advanced knowledge graph in the vector database in order to solve the queries of vector database. There are also some some limitations of vector database. As I mentioned, the future vision is we need to. I'm interested to build personalized knowledge model without using LLM, and also interested to build a dynamic multimodal RAG application. Uh, According to my understanding of personalized knowledge model, this is the architecture which I have drawn. We have a user interface, input processor, and here is the main part. In that, we have two types of data according to the user. Yeah, we have private data, normal data. Private data means any data which is belong to the user, like passwords, etc. Secret data. Normal data means normal emails or normal message that we receive a message from you ordered something like that. So we can categorize those are normal data by using the on-device GPUs. We need to generate the answer based on the user question from his previous interactions, and also we should take care about the knowledge updates. Every time the knowledge graph will increase as the interaction of the user will increase, right? So we need to take care about that also. And I clearly mentioned that privacy concern, if there is a privacy concern because we are using LLM, right? So we need to think about this also. Coming to the static multimodal rack PDF architecture. So this is the architecture which I have built for static multimodal rack PDF. We have a PDF. We need to segregate text, tables, images from the PDF. With the help of ChatGPT 3.4 Turbo, we need to create summary chunks and table summary chunks. For the images, we need to get the summaries from ChatGPT 4o. We need to store all these in our vector database. And here I'm using Facebook similarity search. If the user will interact with the Streamlit application, the front-end application, if the user asks any question, first it will go to the vector database and retrieves the relevant chunks and relevant images. Okay, after that, we only pass the relevant text into the large language model in order to generate the final answer from the user question and relevant chunks, but we are directly passing the relevant images to the user. Here we can see that. Same as something different. If you take any YouTube video source or any video source, then we need to extract audio and we need to extract frames, and we need to transcribe a service, we need to chunking them, and we need to make summary chunks as well as frames as image summaries. Again, we are storing in the vector database, and the below part is same as above. This is the tech stack which I have used for MindsDB endpoints, LangChain, Streamlit, and Fires. One of the biggest challenge which I have encountered while creating this project is we have a LangChain framework where it contains only some methods which are accessible by OpenAI only, by using the OpenAI SDK only. But I want to use a MindsDB endpoint. Now I want to create a some frame. I want to create my own custom large language model along with my own custom embedding model with the help of MindsDB endpoints. So I have solved that problem. Uh, so let us see the web app demo. I hosted the application in Streamlit Cloud, which is a free source. So this is the home page of application where I've used these four technologies and some image information. What is thing? Uh, Here we have two pages, two sub pages: multimodal rack for PDF and multimodal rack for video. So I'm opening multimodal rack for PDF. As I mentioned above, I only build the solution for now for the static resource. I'm exploring how to build for dynamic resource. That's why I mentioned a disclaimer, and also I mentioned the what is the PDF which I have used for building this. And also I mentioned if anybody wants to if anybody want to use their own source and replicate the application, I have created a nice collab tutorial to how you can create your own vector database of your own source. So this is the PDF which I have used. I'll open it. I will Okay, so this is the PDF which I have used for static. It's a monuments of national importance from. I have found this PDF in the internet. I have listed some questions from the PDF, and now we'll see why RAG fails and why multi-modal RAG is so useful in order to get the relevant answer from the PDFs. So I'm copying one question. So I have given some question like, can you give the budget relocation for Karnataka of the from the national importance PDF? So this is some retrieved information and some retrieved relevant image from the PDF. Here we can see that from I have asked a query related to Karnataka in 2019 and 2020, given exact answer from the PDF. But when we go here, we have 21.1 crores for 2021 till Jan, but here it hallucinates somewhat. So that's what I mentioned that every time we can't rely the information which is retrieved from the RAG is 100% correct. So there should be some visual information proof where the user will uh, satisfy for the further question. Let us test with another question.
So is it predefined question set, or I can
No, yeah,
ask
you
him?
can ask. I will share the. Yeah, wait a second. I will open the PDF. You can ask anything from this PDF.
Okay, cool. Just ask how many monuments India currently have.
Okay. Can you repeat how many?
Monuments
Uh, how many monuments?
India currently have.
Hi team, how's everyone doing?
Hey, hi Manish. Manish is the president and CEO of Hush.
Oh,
So can you please summarize your prototype to Manish in next 2 to 3 minutes?
yeah.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. Please continue with the setup. We can do the overview for me later on. I please continue. Don't interrupt the call. I just wanted to say hello to you all. Hey Anurag. Hey
Hi,
Guna.
Manish.
Nice.
Hello, sir. So this is the how many
Yeah,
monuments
yeah,
India
this is
currently
cool.
have. Yeah.
It's cool then, I think so. Okay,
So like this, this is multimodal DAX for PDF. Let us see for video. For as I mentioned, for the static, I have used this video. So I am asking some question from this video.
we can use any video here. Like you are passing some URL.
I mean, we can use any video, but for the resource, I have used this video for
Cool,
creating
cool,
vector database.
cool.
So let us check from the video. So this is the question I asked. According to the other, what is meant by zero shot prompting? It returned some relevant information along with the relevant frame form from the video.
Yeah.
So let us go. Uh, so this is the GitHub repo which I've made with a clear README file about introduction and what are the architectures and tech stack. And as I mentioned above, this is the code for very tricky code. How to create a custom LLM function of LangChain framework using any type of endpoints available. Like here I've used mdb.ai. So
Mhm.
this is the custom code custom code for LLM, and this is the custom code for embedding. Here we are using MindsDB endpoint, and here something about steps to run the project, and also I created a detailed YouTube video explanation from scratch how what is it and what we are building, etc. I mean what I explained now, I created a video source, and this is the short demo. As I mentioned, these are this FIAS index is related to the PDF. and this FIOS index is related to the audio, and these are the notebooks. These are the notebooks, how to create for your own source. Everything is cleared, written very clearly. And also, this is the main UI file, which I've used trim, and these are some helper functions. As I mentioned, embedding function and sorry, LLM function, embedding function. So I'm doing a vector search, and this is some prompt template, and this is how we are getting the relevant text along with the relevant information from vector database, and that relevant content plus question is passing to the QA chain, and relevant images are directly printing, and all. And also, I have put some validation here. If there is no chance that we have every time a relevant image from the user question, right? Maybe we have relevant image, etc. So we need to print the most relevant images from our relevant images which we retrieve. So that's why I'm printing the most relevant images. That's why I use 0, and we are checking whether we have relevant images or not for the question. That's all. So this is the thing which I've built, but mainly focusing on how to do for dynamic, and also after doing the dynamic, how to do or on device using knowledge graph. And also I have tried the Microsoft Graph Rack, which is open source, but initially they are using large language model for creating the entities and complex relationships. And also presently for the beta state, they asked us to use only text file and CSV file. Later we need to wait for how we will do for unstructured data. So that's it.
Okay, cool, Guna. Anurag, do you have any questions in the point of usability and all this stuff?
Yeah, just a small thing I wanted to know.
Yeah.
You have created 3 different kinds of PK models. One that is specific to videos, one that is specific to PDFs.
Yeah.
So do you think, like, how do you think we can utilize this in our application? Like, what kind of scenarios do you think
Yeah.
this comes useful in?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, when I'm talking with Vasundhara ma'am, she explained something that presently we are focusing on the data which is not that much private. So she shown one image which has a nominal data and privacy data. So presently we're focusing on nominal data. For that we are using Hushh browser companion, right? We have Hushh browser companion, right? For example, if you use a browser companion, let us say a user opens some images or else some Google, some Gmail, and search something, and he open another tab, etc. If we use the browser companion, we can know what he searches, right?
Yeah.
What he searches, right?
Yeah.
For example, if he, let us say, if he opened some YouTube video and saw the video and stay around 10 to 15 minutes in that site, and he jumped. So maybe there will be a chance that user needs that video after some time, right? Or else if we use this type of YouTube, for example, like, especially for the YouTube video, without going to opening the browser companion history and searching everything, if we have the model developed here, so from his previous interactions, especially for the YouTube videos, he can ask any question from the YouTube video, right? So this is one possible solution. And also, coming to the PDF, if you open any PDFs from different sites, maybe if you want to get back to the PDF and if you want to know any answer, if we recorded everything and if we build any knowledge graph based on separately on PDF from his browsing history, maybe it is also useful for the user. And also I have now for the prototype purpose, I have used 2 types of unstructured data. Instead of dividing into the multiple parts, if we use advanced knowledge graph, whether there is whether it is a YouTube video, whether it is a PDF file, whether it is a JSON file, no matter the data, the graph is one of the best solution for getting results. That's why we are adding the knowledge updates component in the advanced graph.
Okay. So one thing, when you started off, you mentioned about Microsoft Recall, right?
Yeah.
So like it's one of the features that I was also looking into a lot. So Microsoft Recall, Microsoft Recall basically takes screenshots of throughout your apps, and then whatever, if you want to find any specific thing, you can basically
Yeah.
go to Microsoft Recall and find that out.
Yeah.
So, do you think you can create a similar implication for that inside our app as well? Suppose if I have synced up my images and videos, whatever is coming, whatever images I'm clicking, I
Yeah.
have choose to sync that up with Hush's. So Hush has a basically Hush stores your images and vibes if you want to create to give you that personalized experience. So suppose if I have a lot of images,
Hmm.
is it possible for me to use the PKM to find a specific image that I'm looking for, which may be lost within the 1,000 photos I have?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can create. Uh,
Okay,
but
so
can we use vector database for that, or else is there any condition that we should only use knowledge graph?
see, there's no limitations on that. But basically, there are two things we need to be careful about if we go on implementing this. The first one is obviously security. You saw
Yeah.
how big of a backlash Microsoft
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing. And the other thing is how much access do we have? So if it's like because if you see, people are storing a lot, thousands and thousands of images are being stored on Google Photos and
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
don't have space.
Yeah.
This happens to me and my friends very often. Like I will be like, oh, do you remember that picture? Let me go
Yeah.
and find
Yes,
it.
I have also found that situation.
Yeah. So if the PKM can basically sync all my images and then help me find out whichever image I'm looking for or a screenshot that I've kept in my phone that I want to find out. If it can do those things as well, that
Yeah.
would be really cool. That creates a basic daily implication for a person to use the
Yeah.
PKM.
But if we are taking, I mean, as you mentioned, how much access do we have photos, right? Maybe see, for getting the if you use my strategy, like if you use any ChatGPT 4 for getting summaries in order to create the vector database, I want to share something that when I am building the vector database for using ChatGPT 4, for some images it's not giving that much summary. Maybe in ChatGPT 4 database that image will present or may not present, right?
Yeah.
So for 2 3 images I got the different summaries which is not relevant to the images. So I checked every summary of the image after its creation. Then I asked ChatGPT 3 and I made a suggestion that this is the available summary for that image. Can you try to match and give the summary relevant to that? So there are some cases like this. We need to take care of these cases also when we are building the personalized model, especially for images.
Okay. Makes sense. So cool. These were mostly the questions I had. I think the PKM you built is really cool. We have a lot of implications for that. So let's see what Vasundhara has to say about it as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
these are
we
from my end.
will
So
mail you with the next round details. But still, on the other point, have you got the mail of the first round?
Yeah, from the mail, book the slot.
Okay, cool. So we have provided you something highlighted there, like Anurag have some questions related to the Hush and how much you are uh, linked with the Hush products and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Anurag, can you go with that?
yeah,
Uh, I only searched about Hush browser companion,
okay,
and
okay,
I put all the rest of time building on the project.
okay. So since you use the browser companion, what do you think is the most good feature you felt like something you would use every day? You felt, this is something I would like to use every day whenever I use it.
Uh, I need to use some more time for getting it. I only just use for 1 to 2 minutes. That's all. I need some time for getting which is the most interested thing by using Hush browser companion.
Okay, so how did you figure out so mostly you researched about the PKM with Vasundhara, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Makes sense. So, like, since you mostly research on the PKM, what do you think our PKM left right now?
Can you repeat? What do you think?
what do you think? Like, did you have an idea of how our PKM currently, the one that Vasundhara is building, how that works?
Ma'am shows one figure,
Yeah.
which is something like a normal, private data and normal data.
Yeah.
She mentioned something that for the private data we are using something SUPA base, and for normal data, which I mentioned, I'm interested to build a knowledge graph by using the help of LLM support.
Okay.
Presently, we are focusing on email structured data by using a browser companion. She mentioned things like that.
Okay. Okay. So, do you think like the PKM can use something else? So, in terms of data, there are preferences we collect from the Hushh wallet app as well. And
Okay.
there's also Vibe Search. In Vibe Search, there's another application called Vibe Search, which actually catches what kind of clothing you like. So, whatever kinds of clothes you search or whatever kinds of photos you share with Vibe Search, it will store it as your style preference, and then it will help you find things similar to that.
Like recommendation support.
Yes, yes, but
Okay.
specific to clothing. So if you upload a blue shirt or you search for a blue shirt, dotted blue shirt, it will exactly show you that. So yeah. So do you think? What do you think? What kind of implications can PKM do with these kinds of data? Suppose the preference data specifically. Hmm. I guess do I need to repeat the question?
Yeah. At last,
Okay, okay. So what I was saying at last is, what things do you think the PKM can do if we provide it with preference data?
what would, which data?
Preference data, like if I share them what kind of clothes I'm liking, or if I share it, suppose like my health data or my travel data, if
Yeah.
I share those things, what kind of things can the PKM do to give me a personalized experience, like something that is only catered for me?
Yeah. For example, if we have any email data, for example, if the user shares his email data,
Hmm.
maybe if we are creating any daily to-do list based on his email data, which is a very good use of personalized knowledge model without remembering everything or without storing anything on Notion or writing on any pads, etc. Personalized model will create his own to-do list for his user based on the his email conversations and the emails which he received. So it be a very good use case according to me.
So,
I mentioned this use case in with Vasundhara.
This is actually a very good use case that you mentioned. So if I sync up my email,
Hmm.
the PKM can genuinely create a to-do list of works I need to get done by for this week. It can also create like whatever meetings I have as well.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, and it can do it automatically without me having to come in and tell ki.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. This is a really cool use case that you mentioned. Hmm.
It
So
will give the automatic alerts or suggestions when we are closing to the. I mean, when we are reaching close to that time. For example, if we have a meeting at 11:35 a.m. From 11:20 onwards, it will alerts you if you remembered or not remembered. So it is one of the good use case where it will automatically give based on our previous email history,
okay, okay, okay.
like automating the things.
Hmm. So so if it can help in a person's automation, that's like a big feature like we can have.
Yeah.
This looks okay.
Why?
This is a
Because
really cool implication.
I have thought this from my personal experience because I
Hmm.
didn't remember many things which I was
Yeah, no,
planning.
it's like if you see working people, like the best example is Manish. Manish has a lot of meetings and lot of to-do list to do. If there's a bot that every morning can automatically sync all his to-do list and sync all his meetings and tell him which meeting comes when and when he's
Yeah,
free.
when is free.
Yeah, so that's a so is this something that the PCM can already do, or like did you for the prototype right now it's not available?
No. I am just thinking how to use all the tech stack.
Okay,
It takes some time for building any viable prototype.
Okay, okay, cool, makes sense. Great. These were mostly the questions I had. Ankit, you can move forward if you have any questions or yours, or Manish, you can also ask any questions if you have as well.
I'm going to let Ankit go, and then after Ankit is done, then I'll go with my questions at the end. And perhaps I'll ask Guna to sit down with me for 15 to 30 minutes so that he can give me more of a one-on-one session on what he has built.
So
Cool, cool.
at the my end, I think you are done with the all the checkpoints. Just make sure to I will trigger you a Google form link right now for the next meetup that is done by the DRI Vashundara. So
Okay.
just from my side, this will be done, and just acknowledge my mail whenever you receive it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and then she will ask about the products also. So that's why
Okay.
I'm asking you. I have shared the Hush product links too. Just make sure to just connect it with the Hush. Try to utilize different products so that you can ideate the where you can integrate this, because this,
Definitely, I'll do that.
yeah, this is not like an ideal hackathon. Here you also have to open your mind and let
Ah,
us know that
yes.
here we can integrate this, because we have
Yeah,
lot
Guna.
products.
Yeah, Guna, if you don't mind, can you give me a quick overview about yourself and maybe a little bit of your background?
Yes, yes.
And if you don't mind, can we turn on recording so that we can have this for the team as well, so that the team can watch this later on?
Manish,
I,
I already recorded this thing.
Oh, it's already recording? Okay,
yeah,
excellent. Excellent.
yeah.
Okay.
First of all, presently I'm pursuing masters in data science from the
Okay.
VIT. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Where,
Uh,
where, where are you, where are you studying?
VIT AP, Vellore Institute of Technology.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
Vellore Institute of Technology, which city?
Andhra Pradesh,
Oh, in
South
AP.
India. AP,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Okay, okay, okay.
So I have chosen the PKM as a category, personalized knowledge model, because I am very much interested when I saw the problem statement as how we can personalize how we can use the user data to make any personalized knowledge model for give a better experience of his user data. So we all know that we have a Microsoft Recall, right? But the issue with the Microsoft Recall is something about privacy, because it will automatically take the screenshot and LLM will summarize this and stores, and it will give the answer if he goes any
Yeah,
right?
more than privacy, I think the problem with recall is that you have no control over what it is
Yeah,
collecting.
yeah. See, that's why I mentioned. Maybe the user will open any type of screen. LLM don't have any sorts that the user is doing good, right? It only
Mhm.
captures and giving the summaries, right? So that is one of the main problem of recall. Instead of using, instead of that, is there anything that we need to build anything on device by using the on device resources without using LLM? So that without using LLM, the reason is maybe the user have some personal and private data. If we are using LLM for building knowledge graphs, means again there is a data breach, right? So user can't trust. That's why we need to think in a way how we can build a knowledge graph without using LLM. Uh, See, for knowledge graph also, the data is not in a structured format, right? Maybe definitely we have unstructured format. We need to extract the useful entities and complex relationship if the user ask any question from the relationship, right? So that's why it is in a still advancement, still in the prototype state. Uh, so uh, before reaching to that solution, I think something about multimodal RAG. See, multimodal RAG is different from RAG. As I mentioned, RAG, LLM will hallucinates. Definitely, it will hallucinates, right? If you use RAG on your own database or any data corpus, if you ask any question, how can you trust whether the answer will give correct or not? It is also we need to think. Everybody is seeing that we are getting answer, okay, but how much good the answer is from our database or corpus, etc. So instead of directly giving the text to the generated text to the user, there will be any visual proof for understanding of the user question if we have the visual proof in the database of the user. So that's why I thought about multi-modal RAG. For the demo purpose, I have used PDF data where it has table, text, and image data, and I have used an YouTube data. I have the main reason of using static is building a multi-modal vector database requires so much of pre-processing steps before putting into the production. If we need to think how we can handle all this in a dynamic. Maybe the user will give any PDF instantly from the application. All this should be done within fraction of seconds. User won't wait even for 2-3 minutes for getting the answer, right? So that's why presently I don't know how to achieve this dynamic. I'm thinking in the I need to think that I focused on static. As I mentioned, I have used some Python algorithms to extract different types of data, and I have used ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo for getting the summaries of tables and text. And also for the images, I use ChatGPT 4 for getting summaries. By using these original content data and along with the summaries, I created a multi-modal vector database using Facebook FAISS application, and I created a simple Streamlit web application to interact with the knowledge base. Firstly, it will look like something here. So you can go to the MMO PDF where I have attached the what is the PDF source I have used for creating this application, and also clearly mention that it's not a dynamic, it is only static due to the resource, due to the memory issues, and also due to the multi-modal vector database instant dynamic issues, and also attach a nice tutorial how you can replicate the application on your own data source. So I have wait a second. Yeah, I have used this PDF for creating this PDF, and I have, as I mentioned, why we can't always rely on the information retrieved from the
Where is what is
Yeah.
the what is the user interaction model you're using? So how are you collecting the user's feedback, and how are you using the user's input to improve your model, or
Yeah,
to improve
yeah,
to improve the accuracy of your model, you know?
yeah, accuracy of the coming to the accuracy purpose, for judging any model or for evaluating any model, definitely there should be a ground truth, right? Ground truth. Here we don't have ground truth. Why? Because from the PDF, the user can ask many questions. If we format some questions, if we do the accuracy, we will get only accuracy for those questions. But what about the other questions? Maybe the user asks from the PDF. So that is one of the problem for the benchmarks which are available for the LLMs, right? Everybody using some types of data for judging the LLMs, right? For any judging, there should be a ground truth. If we don't have ground truth, means we need to think, we need to more focus on the generating part, right? According to my, so I didn't think about that. That's why I'm thinking to project any visual information for the question for user satisfaction. If the user is not satisfying, means again this is not used, right? If you ask the question, so this is the answer for that question. So
Can you walk me through the question you're asking so I have context into how
yeah,
it's working?
yeah.
Anurag, have you understood the user interaction model here?
Yes, I did. He had a 15-minute explanation on the different kinds of model he has, from video to PDF. That's yeah.
I would love to see something in action where it is using your personality, where
That's what I asked him in terms of the question.
I don't want to see any abstract stuff, right? So I want to see something that is real.
Yeah, you can ask any question for me.
No, forget me asking the question. You should be asked. It's a personal knowledge model about you or your knowledge. I don't know you at all.
Yeah.
Right? It's a personal knowledge model for you. It is I need to see how this is creating value for you as an individual. Are you going to use this every day? If so, what is the use case?
For the use case, let us take UPSC students. You are preparing for IAS examinations. There is a very vast of syllabus, right? So if we create anything on their own database, if we launch any product on their own database.
Okay. So let's start with this. See, I am a product manager, right? So for
Okay.
me, you first have to tell me what is the problem statement.
Okay.
Then you have to tell me what is your solution for that problem statement, and then you have to explain to me how you have implemented the solution.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
So start with the problem statement. What is the problem statement that this solution of yours is solving?
Okay.
And let's talk about the problem statement as a scenario for you as an individual. Like it, let's not say hypothetically you're looking for this needs to be about you. Again, that's what I'm saying. I cannot create the story. You have to create the story and make this relevant for you.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. And this is not a test or anything. So this is me just understanding what is going through your head and how have you implemented it and how can you apply it for your own use case. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So the use case, I mean, the use case come in a way that when I'm building RAG applications, on my data, on my data, I found something that how can you judge whether the answer is correct or not? There will be two cases. Maybe you know the answer for the question, and maybe you don't know the answer from the question. If you are in the second category, you will simply rely on the question. I mean, if you simply rely on the answer which is generated from the model. Okay, but if it is in the first case, you need to maybe some persons will also check their knowledge, right? They will ask the question where he knows answer already, and they will check their knowledge.
Again, you're talking in hypothetical terms. You're not. Again, I don't think you're listening to my question. My question is not about somebody else. It needs to be about you. So put yourself in the situation of somebody else and say, if that somebody else is you, how are you using this RAG tool? Okay. And again, you're talking to somebody. Again, I know what RAG is because I'm a machine learning guy. I'm a machine learning guy. If you were talking to somebody on the street, a beautiful blonde girl, would you talk about to a beautiful blonde girl? Are you going to tell her RAG? Like what she's going to be like? What the hell are you talking about? So also talk about it in simple English, like so that anybody can understand.
Okay. So can I use that PDF? Can I use that PDF? Because when I'm reading the PDF, I got this idea.
Yeah, totally. Like, walk me through the use case of where you're using this tool as you're reading the PDF. Why will you use this tool?
Okay.
Ankit and Anurag, please feel free to help. Okay, help Guna out because you may have understood the thing and you may be able to answer the question for him.
Yes.
So when I'm reading this PDF, okay, I found there are so many tables. So this is a table. So this is one table, and also this is another table with some information. This is another table, and this is another table. So if I want to remember the things from the PDF instantly without seeing the PDF, definitely I should have some knowledge, right? Or else if I want to get the quick answers from the PDF,
do you have to get good? Do you usually open a PDF and are you like quickly like, okay, I need to get quick answers? So what is your scenario? Is usually your scenario is trying to get a summary of a PDF or trying to get the key insights or the key knowledge you want to extract from the PDF or the abstract? Like, what is the problem that you normally have that will trigger you to use this?
Firstly, what are the key insights from the PDF? And second is the summary of the PDF. And third is what are the major aspects of the PDF which I should remember.
Okay.
Which I should remember. So
this is your way of learning knowledge. If you want to learn knowledge or you want to learn something from a document or a PDF or a research paper, this is how you would use your tool to extract quick knowledge from the from the research paper or the PDF, and so that you can remember these things easily. This is
Yes.
that is so it is a summarizer. It is a summarizer that you can read so that you can remember the key insights from the
PDF quickly.
okay. So the problem statement is this is a document summarizer. That's basically what it is. That is what the solution is. The solution is a document summarizer that has your context or that doesn't have your context.
Yes. That has the that has some context of PDFs.
Okay.
So then I thought how we can use the technologies to solve this.
Very nice.
When I'm doing that, already we have retrieval-augmented generation, but the problem is it is only generating text. Okay, it is only generating the text, but definitely there will be unstructured data present in the PDF. But now, how to tackle this unstructured data?
Okay.
So how to tackle this unstructured data means, then when I'm doing how to tackle this unstructured data, I found a Python library which helps us to extract different types of data from the PDF.
Okay.
It extracts text, tables, and images based on their headings.
Okay. So
So
you found another algorithm that does this. What did you find here again exactly?
a Python library called unstructured.io.
And the Python library is basically doing it's an input output library. You give it some input, it gives you an output in structured form. In structured format.
Yeah, it outputs me the folder with containing all the extracted images, text elements, and table elements. Okay. So
Okay.
So now as we all know, RAG uses the vector database, the concept of cosine similarity, how much the document is relevant to the user question. But here we have unstructured data, we have image data, right? But now how to tackle this? So we have ChatGPT 4o, right? In ChatGPT 4o, if we pass the image and if we get the summary, we will get the summary of the image. So for the text elements, we use normal ChatGPT 1 for Turbo. It will give the summary of the text chunk. For the table also, we can use ChatGPT 1 for Turbo. It will give the summary of the table chunk. And also for the image, using ChatGPT 4o for getting the summary of the image. So now we have all the three summaries of text, table, and images, right? So now we need to create vector database. Why vector database? Means similarity. Similarity means how much the question is relevant to this particular chunk or particular table or particular image.
Yeah, that I understand. That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
So vector database, after creating the multi-modal vector database, we will pass the question to vector database. It will return something. It will return the relevant text, relevant relevant table information, relevant image information. If there is no table information and image information, it will only relevant the text information which it had to the relevant to the user question. Now what we are doing is it relevant. We can get the top relevant documents based on the control we have. If we put relevant documents as 5, relevant equals 10, it depends on the setting which we are doing.
What would you do?
I have put the setting as 5, top 5 relevant documents for the user question.
Why?
Why means
Why 5?
why 5 means
why not 20?
Maybe if we don't have such much relevant documents, we don't know, no?
No,
I mean,
again, the answer I was looking for is that for me, 5 is enough. See, again, you're not. I'm asking you the answer 5 because see, it's about you. The knowledge
yeah,
model is about you. And how does the knowledge model know? See, for me, I'll tell you. If somebody asks me and they give me 5 choices, I will be like, I don't want 5 choices. I only want to decide with 3 choices.
okay,
For me, for me, a personal knowledge model, if somebody knows me really well, if they have worked with me for the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and they are giving me a recommendation, and they come and make a recommendation with 15 recommendations, I will look at them and I'll say, can you go back and give me 3? Because
no,
I don't want to, I want you to think and give me the 3 and then tell me in the 3 how are they ranked. One,
okay,
2, 3. So
but
I just don't want 3 recommendations. I also want them ranked. So I
yeah,
want them ranked. I want them ranked by how expensive they
how
are,
expensive.
or how cheap they are, or uh, you know how valuable they will be in terms of return on investment. Um, you know, like I need, as I am a business decision maker, so I need to see some business value from making a decision.
Yes,
Now, going back to your personal knowledge model, how will I measure? This is a hard question. This, I don't think you have an easy answer here. So think about this one. How will you measure if the personal knowledge model that you have delivered for a customer that you have built is actually understanding the customer? How would you measure? How will the knowledge model measure itself whether it is doing good or not? So in this case, if your knowledge model came back and gave you 5 recommendations,
mm,
but you wanted only 3, how would you understand that behavior or that need from the user, where the user is like, I only want 3 choices, I don't want 5? Think about it. Thoughts?
I,
I don't know. I mean, is there silence or you're
uh,
thinking about it?
I guess
yeah,
he's thinking about it.
yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
thinking.
that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you don't have to answer right now. That's what I was going to say. Like, think about it and come back to me later about this, because it's not an easy answer. I think
Yeah,
if you'll have to sit down and write about this, because the knowledge model will have to collect. The short answer is, let me give you a, let me not lead let me lead you on to the answer. To lead you on to the answer, you're going to have enough confidence about what you know about the user for sure versus not. Number one, if you as a model don't know or have high confidence about what coffee the user likes, about what tea the user likes, about whether they like sugar or not, like, you will need to know these basic things in the knowledge model. And so knowledge model needs basic understanding of what the user's preferences, needs, wants, and desires. And you'll need to keep a measurement or a score of that understanding. And only when you receive new information from the user that makes that model more effective, then you basically say, yes, I know more about the user today. Otherwise, my model has learned nothing more about the user. I am just imagining things. I'm hallucinating
yeah,
right now. I'm hallucinate. It's hallucination is not a bad thing. Hallucination is where the model is imagining for you because it doesn't know what you want.
yes,
Right? You will only make the hallucination better or reduce it if the knowledge model can, if the knowledge model can share with the model that is trying to serve the user contextual information. Okay.
okay,
Right. So the biggest question I have for you out of all of this is, how will you decide what context the knowledge model has to share with an API? So tomorrow, if you have an API that is talking to your knowledge model, how will your knowledge model decide whether you should share the information with this API or not? How will you decide what information you're going to share with the API? How are you going to decide whether this API, whether this knowledge model is asking this question so that it wants to fool the user or it wants to help the user, right? These are hard questions. I don't think I'll look for you to have answers to all of them, but I want you to think about them, because I think without that deep understanding of the system that you need to build, you will not be able to measure whether the system is good or not. I think
Yes.
fundamentally, the biggest flaw in this experiment that you have explained to me is you have not given me any confidence that you will for sure know that this knowledge model is serving you well or not.
I want to say something that for this thing,
Mhm.
a normal vector database uses cosine similarity. Why cosine similarity means we have some embedding format of the numerical embedding format of the chunks data. So
Which is built in.
Not built in. I mean, chunks means which we created from the knowledge, right?
No. In the sense, what I'm saying is that the model is inherently building the neural connections, right? Through the vector database. So you don't have to go and you don't have to go establish that manually. The neurons are already there.
Yeah. So when the user is asking question from their knowledge, basically what happening is first we are converting into the numerical format. Why numerical format means we are using cosine similarity as the metric. How much relevant is the document is related to the user representation. Then we are ranking based on the descending order of the score. Then this is the confidence that this, I mean, what I can say. For this numerical representation of the user question, this is the ranking which I am giving based on the numerical representations I have in my vector database. So this is one type of confidence if you for using these type of numerical representation for this for the PDF purpose, for the textual purpose only. As you mentioned something now. Should I take enough information to give the final answer, or else should I stay for getting information? Should I give the information? Right. It depends on how much confident we are, right?
Yeah. And how do you measure? How do you measure how confident you are? I think that's a hard question to answer here. Hey, listen.
For here, I'm only relying on cosine similarity. For this purpose only, I'm relying according to the math. I'm relying only on cosine similarity because we are converting everything numerical representation. We are doing some math.
That's fine. Hey, listen. One quick question for you. What is your background again? What's your background? What are your, like, in terms of strengths? How would you describe? Like, what is your biggest strength? Like in terms of knowledge, where do you think you have, built a lot of strength?
Thinking problem in an intuition way. I mean, in an imagination way.
So your strength is imagination. So you're creative.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm creative.
Okay. So you're creative.
Not only relying on theoretical stuff, do something else out of box.
Yeah. But are you like very good at math? Are you very good at physics? Are you very good at chemistry? Like, what were your strengths as far as subjects go?
Presently, I'm good at machine learning and deep learning and statistics and somewhat math related to data sets.
So you're good at math then?
Not that much good at math. Somewhat. That's why I said somewhat. I only know the math related to the data science concepts only, like linear algebra. That's all.
So you're good in discrete math. Discrete math is mostly linear algebra and
yes.
all the machine learning stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you're good in statistics basically.
Yeah, like probability. That's
okay. Good. What do you enjoy doing normally? Like, what are your hobbies?
I mean, exploring that stuff for solving the problems near me. That is one of the best hobby of mine. I mean, how need to solve.
What have you done about this hobby? What have you built in your life so far that have been?
For my friends, as I mentioned, my friends are studying UPSC. So they asked us to create something which helps us. So I created a small free and WhatsApp chatbot where they can they can test their knowledge, or else they can get quick summaries of the things which they have learned, or else they want to explore something about the database which we used, they can do that. So I have built that one for my friends using this technology. And also my father is a businessman, and when I visited to the towels manufacturing industry, there I found something interesting use case that after the towel is manufactured in the rolls format, some workers will cut the rolls in order to make the towels, and also they will segregate what are the good towel and what are the bad towel. Bad towel means there will be some thread count issues, or else there may be some oil spots, and they will treat them as seconds, and this is the first. So in order to I interested that instead of putting separate workforce for dividing and again separating, is there anything we can do in the manufacturing part? Okay, in the manufacturing part, then I decided, why can't we use computer vision to detect oil spots? For now, I am only interested on how to detect the oil spots and how to segregate them from the manufacturing unit to reduce the cost of labor. Presently, I'm thinking on the solution, and I made a small I have small idea. I need to go to that manufacturing industry and I need to implement that, how well my idea is working there. Because we need to think about the latency according to the computer vision knowledge. So that is the thing which I'm presently solving. And also I want to build a large language model for my mother language from scratch, because yeah, for the Indian languages, most of the people are using translators in order to convert into English, and they are fine tuning the available large language models. But no one is focusing that how to build the tokenization model from scratch, because we all know that embedding is one of the main core part of the large language model in order to get the respective answers from the transformer model, right? So why should we not take care about building tokenization model from scratch in order to not relying on the existing LLMs? So this is one of the
So what is preventing you from completing all of these things? It sounds like everything, all of them are in progress, or they are hobbies that are not actually, in execution mode.
So I really didn't understand.
I said, what is preventing you from completing these hobbies? Or like, like for example, like the last example you told me was really good, but okay, like what's preventing you from actually like doing this? I mean, you spend time on the hackathon and you participate in the hackathon, so clearly you prioritize the hackathon. What is
Yeah.
preventing you from not prioritizing these other things so that you can actually finish them? Like what is preventing you from actually building this LLM in for your local language that you want to do? Or
Yeah.
what is preventing you from getting that computer vision model rolled out so that your father's towel factory is more efficient and they can fire 50% of the people and keep only the 50% of the people on staff and still manufacture 10 times more towels, right? um like at the end of the day, you're a businessman, right? So as a businessman, you want to get more efficiency from your people, and you want to
Yeah.
get more efficiency from your manufacturing.
So I want to know that really I'm not understanding the word preventing exactly. Forgetting for giving my answer. I mean, what is the exact meaning of the preventing? You answered now. What is
Which
really
are
preventing?
what stuff you are blocked at, like what stuffs like creating friction of doing these projects.
Yeah, preventing is me being very polite and saying, "Aap kyun nahi kar rahe ho? Why are you not finishing? Why are you not bringing? Why are your hobbies not something that I can start using?" Right? Like I asked you, what are your hobbies? You started telling me what they are. Now my next question, follow-up question is, now again, don't look at this as an interview. I'm talking to you as a friend.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
sure.
I'm just trying to understand you better as a human being. That's it. Like, this is not about, like, if I'm going to learn something more about you, this is me coming and saying, okay, aapki ye hobbies hai. If you came and asked me, listen, what are your hobbies? And I'll tell you, my hobby is playing tennis. And then I told you, you know what? Yeah, I play tennis, but I play tennis, once every 6 months. So
Okay.
then I'm like, is that really a hobby then? I'm playing it once every 6 months. Oh,
It's
what is it? Oh, tennis is something you like to do, but you actually never prioritize it. That's why you play it once every 6 months. Oh, because you know what? Now for me, Hush is the most important thing. So whenever I have free time, I'm doing Hush work. Okay, makes sense. Right now, Hush is more important. So that's why. So now, very quickly, you'll realize that tennis is my hobby, but right now it is deprioritized. I don't play
yeah,
tennis now.
yeah,
I play tennis only once every 6 months, because now when I play tennis, I'm still thinking about Hush. So
yeah,
I am not able to disconnect from
yeah,
Hush.
yeah,
But that is for me, as a person. Now, if you started asking me what is preventing me from making tennis a hobby, I would say Hush is preventing me
yeah,
from making tennis a hobby. Now, that's an honest answer, right? I was trying to understand from you. You gave me 3 examples of your hobbies, and then I
yeah.
asked you what is preventing you from
First one
fulfilling
is
your hobby. Yeah, that's
first
it.
one. First one is lack of time, sir. First one is lack of time.
Okay.
Second one is lack of
Resources.
lack of resources. Third one is lack of better understanding of the resources.
I think third one is laziness, because
Yeah, sir.
there's nothing.
Yeah. I will also
But to
agree
me,
with. But first
yeah.
two are very important, sir.
First two I can see you have a good reason. Third one, there is nothing preventing you, because it's a research thing that you can go start. You can go start a GitHub research lab. You can invite everybody else in the Andhra world from your language
Yeah,
area, and you can start a small community and a Discord channel. And before you know it, everybody from Andhra will be like, okay, let's build this large language model about with this local language, and your project will be off off to the charts. I
but the
encourage you.
people are lot. But the people are. I'm not
No,
saying. I
no,
mean,
no, no.
lack of
Listen,
interest is also there, sir.
let me finish. Let me
Yes,
finish. Let
yes.
me finish. I encourage you to start it. Then
Sure.
I encourage you to spend a little bit of energy of your own personal capital, personal energy,
Okay.
personal positive energy, or whatever you want to. You go talk to people in India, they'll tell you, you have like to show people the energy. No, you go
Yeah.
out and you tell people, listen, guys, I am doing this. Tell the world, I'm trying to do this. I need your help. Please come and join me. And if you get 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, give them the energy and take their energy and make something come out of it. Okay. The reason I'm telling you this is because I saw that you had passion in this topic, right? If you have passion in the topic, and you under say there is a feeling from inside that, hey, I can do something good for the world, and this large language model area is actually, imagine you're basically saying, listen, I'm going to help create a new operating system that is like, imagine having Windows only available in English, so
Yeah.
nobody else can use this amazing computer Windows with Windows. Okay, so everybody else that spoke this local language that is not in translation could not use Windows. How
Yeah.
horrible is that? You are
Yeah.
now coming and saying, listen, I am building this new thing so that this new Windows of the world, which is large language model, I'm going to make it useful for every person in my village, because if they can start using it, it will help so many more people in my village,
Yes.
right? Go make it happen. Is all, like, what I'm trying to say here
So very
is,
interesting, sir.
you have only, if you start a community of Discord and a LinkedIn community and write 2 3 articles about it and a blog about it, then only then you will realize whether there is energy in the world to help make it happen or not.
Okay.
Right. But anyways, it was good talking to you. My hope and conversation from this conversation was to hopefully, help you find your path, as well as you're helping figure out what you are doing next. Definitely talk to Vasundhara. Um, I think Vasundhara needs to sit down and chat with you. She's the DRI for the personal knowledge model. You should figure out how can Vasundhara and the Hushh team leverage your work and your brain so that our product that we are building for our customers becomes better. Okay. And we are, like, the baby is just born. So it's not like, the baby is 9 years old and, is ready to become a teenager. The baby is just born. So the Hushh baby is just born. The baby is barely a year old. It's cranky. It's becoming 2 years old right now. So it's like a cranky 2-year-old baby. Anurag and Ankit will tell you, depending on the day, on, whether it's depending on depending on how the morning happens, the baby is either crying or happy. But it's a very young company, so we are not perfect in 110 ways. But I think we are trying to do something very interesting, which is also very hard. So, if you're interested in the mission, you should sit down and talk to Vasundhara, and see how we can help, leverage your brain. Because at the end of the day, if you're ready to use your brain in a curious manner and you're ready to learn, then I'm sure there are ways Hushh can leverage your help.
Sure.
Ankit and Anurag, what else do you guys have to wrap this up? I think I'm done.
Yeah, from my end also, I'm done as well. Whatever questions I
I
had,
think, I think Guna, you have a lot more idea about how Hushh is going to work in all this stuff. So I will let you know about.
What's your feedback? Can we collect some quick feedback from him on the process? So, like, how has the whole hackathon been for you, by the way? Like, please be honest. Like, don't try to be
Yes.
nice about it.
Okay. I love something when I researching about how to solve the process. I didn't feel anything, it's an hackathon, there is a deadline, I need to work. Not like that. I really enjoyed that. Okay, how we can leverage the technologies in order to solve the problem statement, and I learned something new from this competition. And also from the today's session, I learned how to define a problem statement if you are advertising your product, anything, to a product manager, etc. How you need to start, what are the steps you need to follow, and also some tips from you at the last, that how you can successful of your things in order to bring change in the life.
No, I think that's fine. I think most importantly, I think, see how, you can help the team also across all the different products that you have seen and used. I think specifically since you're a developer and a data scientist, I think the Hushh SDK and the Hushh API and the Hushh PKM, I think those products would probably be the most important products for you. And the Hushh button. I don't know if you have used the Hushh button or not, but I would be very curious to get your feedback on the Hushh button, because the Hushh button is a amazing product if you are a developer. If you are not a developer, then Hushh button is useless to you, in the sense that, it's not as powerful, it's just a button. But if you're a developer, then the Hushh button can open a plethora of doors for you. And I would love to see how you can think about it.
Sure, sir. I will definitely explore that Hushh button and give the feedback to person.
And what is your, by the way, are you already, are you employed already somewhere?
No.
What is your status right now?
Presently, from August 1st, I need to start my third semester. It will end by December 9th or something. From December, I need to do a full-length internship. As for the semester, fourth semester, we have full-length internship.
Acha. And but you are not available to do part-time work during your school year.
Yes, because I have so many things to manage, so I can't do part-time.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I can do freelancing.
I was going to tell you that freelancing. We don't do. I don't believe in this whole freelancing nonsense.
Okay.
Freelancing nonsense it's completely. I only believe in doing work with people that have a long-term mindset. So if you want to do freelancing and short-term stuff, not interested. only interested in working with people that are interested in helping us long term. You know, but yeah, if you're interested in freelancing, I'm happy to help you in other, for other companies and other teams. Absolutely. Right.
From December, as also Vasundhara ma'am mentioned that if you are really interested, then
Yeah, so,
we
yeah,
can.
like it's just stay in touch. Stay in touch.
Ah,
All I'm
sure.
saying, stay in touch. But freelancing is just not my cup of
I
tea.
mean, not
Personally.
freelancing. I'm looking for something like internship role.
Yeah, talk to Ankit and Anurag and Vasundhara. See if there is we have to hire a lot of people. Okay, we have to hire like 36 something people. So it's not like we don't have headcount. We have headcount, but we need to hire the right people
Yeah.
who are both. I think we have to hire the people that are right for us,
Yes.
and the timing is also right for them. And I
Yes.
think I as a founder have made this mistake where I have hired for people's timing, not for my timing and the company's timing, and then that has hurt both the person and us. So I don't want to make that mistake again. That's why I'm very direct about freelancing.
Oh,
Yeah, no, freelancers have just burnt us as a company. It's just, they come and they just want to get paid for their 40 hours, whether the
for
work happens or,
yeah.
yeah, they have no skin in the game. So we right now, the reality is, until the company reaches 1,000 people, you need people with skin in the game.
Oh,
Anyhow, good luck to you. I think this presentation was very well organized. So, Anurag, thank you for your help. And Ankit, thank you for your help. And then, as far as hackathon feedback goes, have you done this project with anybody else, or is this an
no.
independent
Yeah,
project?
I am independent.
Oh wow, okay. It'll be very good for you. I would love to see how you work in a team. I think that's very important for me
Yeah, I'm
personally.
also looking to work team because till now
So
I've
we
been
should,
able project as
huh, so
individual.
you should be patching up with somebody on
Yeah,
the Hushh button team, or you should be talking to somebody on the Hushh knowledge model team, or
yeah.
the Hushh API team. So Vasundhara can maybe make the connections for you,
Okay, sure.
right? And then Rohan and Omkar are the ML engineers. Maybe you can also put your head on receipt radar and have some ideas with Omkar.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Any other thoughts,
I
guys?
want, yeah, I mean, I want to know the feedback of mine from this
Um,
presentation.
so from my end, the only feedback I would like to give is the idea that you mentioned where a person can automate his entire daily tasks, his meetings without him having to go to Notion or any place to
Yeah,
manage those stuff. That is a really good idea for every, like, specifically for people who are on higher up ranks in the corporate world. I feel like that can be a really good thing for each and every one of them. They don't need to open Notion or go to any Gmail to see what they're
yeah,
up to.
yeah,
You can have a bot with them that tells them ki your meeting is coming up, your task is coming up, and I feel like you can explore on that part a little bit more. That kind of implications can actually create something that solves a daily problem for users. So
sure, definitely. I'll look into that. How we
You
can.
are you already have access to the user's Gmail data. How can you use the user's Gmail data to
Yeah,
extract
yeah,
meaningful calendar events that are not on the calendar?
yes, yes.
yep.
Yeah.
So,
All
so
right.
just
Cool. Good work, team. Ankit, what is the next step right now?
So Guna will got a mail from our side. I will discuss with Vasundhara, and then he will be having a one-to-one with Vasundhara, and then we'll examine. And likely when all the interviews are done for all the team, then we will release the results.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time, Guna. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Ananda.
bye.
Thank you, Guna. Bye,
Um,
Anurag. Bye, Manish.
Ankit, can I leave?
You can, yeah, you can leave. Manish, is there something? Are you in the call?